Hi, everyone. My name's Katie, and I wanted to make this practice like a true yin for beginner practice, okay? Um, so I want to, if you've never done yin before, just make sure you're on something comfy, that you are comfortable, your clothes, everything's just comfy, okay? And if you have I would say like a blanket and two towels or just like three towels, if you can go grab them, pause it and go grab them. Or maybe I'll talk slow so you can grab them and keep it unpaused. Um, so just roll up your towels. So we have like rolls, okay? Or blankets, whatever you have in the house, okay? We don't have to wait till we have all the proper yoga equipment, okay? So let's start this truly yin for beginner practice. Um, so with saying that, the practice of yin assumes you have no injury. Okay. Um, I think we all know as humans that's not very possible, right? So if you have any sort of injury or anything that doesn't feel good to you, um, just make sure that you're okay to practice this. If you've had surgery or something, make sure you're okay before you start any type of exercise, really. And then if you're in the pose and your body is telling you that this hurts or this is tingly or this burns or I simply do not like this, just back yourself out. So in yin, we have what's called playing the edge. So we basically go to where we naturally stop. It doesn't matter where that is. It's where our body naturally stops. And then we kind of let things marinate, I guess. I don't know, is that the right word? Settle for about 30 seconds or so. Sometimes your body will let you go further after that point. So after about 30 seconds, I'll kind of say like, hey guys, it's been 30 seconds. If you feel you can go deeper, please do. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And then also it's a good check to feel like maybe something doesn't feel right. Maybe I need to back out. Maybe I've gone too far already. Um, so that's kind of how this practice will go. And after about 90 seconds, I'll let you know that we're about 30 more seconds to go. And then we'll mindfully come out and do a counter pose to help feel better. So I'm so excited that you're here because yin, I love yin yoga. It's just a great practice, and it's one of those practices you'll feel. I think all yoga, you feel the next day, but you really, your body just opens up because it's targeting the connective tissue versus the muscles like we do in regular like vinyasa or hatha or flow yoga. Um, so the next day, I know a lot of people say they feel a lot more open. So I'm excited you're here. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll try to answer them. But let's get started. So let's come on to one of your rolled up whatevers, whether it's a blanket or a towel, and put that under your bum. Because anytime we're seated for a long time, it's nice to have our knees lower than our hips. It's nicer for our low back, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is not happy butterfly. Maybe it is happy butterfly. It's half butterfly. I try to combine happy baby and butterfly. So come seated, take your feet wide, okay? And then just bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Okay, now we have some more blankets here. So if you need to put one of them under your extended legs knee, do that. If you need it, you can even flatten it. It doesn't have to be rolled up. If your other needs some cushion, do that. Okay. So we have a few options when we're in half butterfly. We can either just rotate at our heart center towards our bent knee and then fold over that way. Okay. So try it. See if you like that. See where you naturally stop. Um, the other option is to come right in the middle. Okay. Try that. See how you feel there. Ask yourself if that's where you want to be for a couple minutes. Or the other option is to extend over our extended leg. can kind of hang out here. Sometimes people want to bind. Okay. If you have never done yin before, I would probably suggest either coming forward or just rotating at your heart center and going over your bent knee. Okay. I'm going to go forward in the middle. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and get started with our first pose. So just walk yourself to where you naturally stop. Okay. So the beautiful thing about yin is we come into the pose and we let gravity and time do the work, okay? So just remember that. Remember, we're kind of heavy here. Our back is more rounded. If you're used to more the hatha, or not hatha, or hatha or vinyasa style yoga, you might want to like make your back straight, but here we don't. We just let things get heavy. We can come onto our forearms. We just let things be where they're at, okay? So it's probably been about 30 seconds you've been in here. So ask yourself if anything needs to be adjusted at this point, or if you're comfortable staying here, or if you want to go any deeper, okay? Okay, we have about 30 more seconds to go. All right, when you're ready, just push yourself up and then bring your hands so they're behind you and they're pointing to whatever's behind you, and just kind of lift up a little bit through the heart center, okay? You can look up, just don't let your neck fall back, okay? When you're ready, let's switch and we're going to do the other side. So undo wherever you have some support and then just bring it to the other leg. So go wide first, bottom of left foot's going to go inside the right. And then the other thing with yin yoga, if you notice, there's not a lot of, as far as when I practice or teach, I don't really talk a lot when we're in the pose. A couple reasons I don't. Let's go ahead and come to this pose and then I will talk for a moment. But so go ahead and come forward however you want, and your half butterfly on the other side. Number one, I don't know exactly what to talk about for that long. And then the number two is I think it's important to be able to come to somewhere in the world where we just have quiet and we have stillness, because I think there can be a lot of clarity in the stillness, and it's something that the world doesn't always offer us. So if we can come to our mats in yin and just be still and quiet for a few minutes, I think it's helpful. if you want to go any deeper at this point, or if you need to adjust anything, please do so. All right, we have about 30 more seconds. All right, when you're ready, just slowly press yourself up and then bring your fingertips behind you. Again, we're going to reach up with our heart. Doing okay. So that was our first yin pose in our beginner practice. So let's go ahead and move on to our second one. So we're going to come onto our bellies. Slowly, however you want to get there. And always feel free to have water, candle, flower, whatever you need to make your practice more beautiful, more inviting, more welcoming. And then just come all the way to your bellies, okay? And then just kind of roll your hips out here. And then bring your arms so they're parallel to each other. They're at shoulder width, making the number 11. And then ask yourself if that feels too pinchy on your back, your low back. And if it does, walk your arms a little bit more forward, okay? Give your low back a little bit more space. And then you can either reach for your elbows or you can make a triangle. I like to make the triangle arm. We'll just have a Sphinx pose here. Again, if you want to stack a couple of your blankets for support for your forehead, it's kind of nice. You can do that. Or a bolster if you have one, if they don't unwind. It's okay to take time to get into your pose to be comfortable. It's important that you're comfortable. So it's been about 30 seconds. So really ask yourself if you're feeling any uncomfortable sensations in the back. This is more of a back bend for the spine. So if anything doesn't feel right, or if you don't like how it feels, either come out of it, or you can, again, walk your elbows forward to give your back more space. Just adjust as you need to, okay? Okay, about 30 more seconds here. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and remove, if you have any towels or blankets, you can move those to the side. And then just make a forearm pillow. So bring your forearms parallel to the shoulder of the mat and rest your forehead, and then bend your knees. And we're just going to windshield our feet side to side here. And let's bring your hands to each side of your heart center and keeping your elbows straight back. Let's press ourselves back, okay? So from here, we're going to come to Tadpole, which is kind of like child's, but it's wide legs. So bring your toes to touch and then your knees wide to the edge of the mat. If you don't like that, you can always do child's pose where your knees are parallel. They're hip width and they're just parallel to each other. So we have options. So play with which one you like. And we'll go into our third. See, you're not a beginner anymore. You're already almost three poses into this, guys. You got it. Okay. So go ahead. Sometimes it's nice to put the blanket on your feet and let your bum rest on it. And then just bring yourself all the way down to the mat. If you need something for your forehead, you can bring that too, whatever feels nice. And just let everything kind of melt into the mat, okay? All right, it's been about 30 seconds. So if you need to adjust or if you need to come out of it, you can do that. If you want to bring your bum back a little bit farther to get a little bit deeper, you can do that too.
About 30 more seconds. All right, if you're ready, let's slowly bring ourselves up.
Okay. You can bring your knees back to pointing straight forward if they were at the side. We can undo our blanket. All right. You guys doing okay? All right, we're going to go into our fourth pose here, which you're probably, if you've done any yoga, you've probably done a version of this. It's called dragon or low lunge. So we're going to bring, come to tabletop. So your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips, and then just bring your right foot up in between your hands. And then tuck your left foot. You might need to put a blanket under your knee that's down, and then just walk your knee down, okay? So we're getting that space, making more space in between our hips. All right, and from here, kind of imagine you're bringing your heart forward a little bit. And from there, bring your right hand inside now, and then just heel toe your foot so it's at the edge of your mat. So now we've even kind of gotten a little bit deeper. If you need to tuck your left toe and walk your leg down even more, you can. And remember again here, any type of pain, burning, tingling, anything you don't like, just back out of it, or, bring your knee back up. You can bring your foot back to low lunge. Just move around until it doesn't have those feelings anymore, okay? Just kind of walk yourself backwards until it feels to where it's comfortable for you, okay? Now you can be on your hands here, can be on your blanket, on forearms, whatever feels good, okay? It's been about 30 seconds, so if you need to adjust anything, go deeper, add props, take away props. So real quick, in Yin Yoga, we don't really have to breathe through anything. There shouldn't be that pain to breathe through, okay? Remember, we're just at our edge where we're naturally stop. And before there is that feeling of being uncomfortable, okay? You have about 30 more seconds left. let's slowly press yourself up. And then just start to bring your bum back towards your heel, and then straighten your front leg, and then kind of reach if you want to gently tug on your toes, kindly and gently here, just to stretch out the back of your leg a little bit. And then let's undo that, and we're going to do the other side, and just notice how different one side feels from the other, okay? So let's come back to tabletop. And this time, left foot's going to go between your hands, and then if you need that towel under your back knee for support, please do that. And then tuck your right toes, walk your right knee down, bring both hands inside, and then walk your left foot to the edge of the mat. Again, if you need to walk down your back leg a little bit more, you can. If you need to bring any props to bring the floor closer to you, please do that. It might be different on this side too. We're not the same on each side, so appreciate the differences. Recognize them, appreciate them, adjust accordingly. So if you want to take this time now to either, go any deeper or come out of it a little bit more, adjust so things feel more comfortable, please do so. You might be feeling it in your arms a little bit. Okay. That's normal. If you want to come onto a towel, you want to come onto your forearms, that's okay too, whatever feels best. Sometimes I don't like putting my wrists on something so soft because it might kind of hyperextend that for a while. So if you're not liking that, it's maybe better to put them on the mat. Okay, we have about 30 more seconds. All right, let's go ahead and slowly roll our bum back towards our back foot, and then straighten your front leg and come onto your heel. Again, you can reach for your toes if you want to stretch out your leg a little bit. All right, from here, go ahead and undo that. We're going to come all the way to our backs now, guys. All right, so adjust your props. Come all the way down to your back, okay? And then bend your knees so they're your feet are in closer towards your bum, and then pick up your hips and just take it a little bit to the right, okay, your hips. And then from here, pulling your legs in towards you and then drop them towards the left. And then it's kind of nice to land them on a blanket and then land your feet on a blanket. So it kind of feels like you're kind of being held. And then I try to bring your knees up close to you, if that feels good on your low back. Sometimes if they're farther away, it can cause more strain on the low back. So adjust as appropriate here, okay? Depending on what your back is like. And then just bring your arms up, shoulder height. You're making like T arms. And then look to your right, okay? It's a supine twist. So we'll be here for a few moments. The video is probably not loading or buffering. It's just the silence. So enjoy the silence. It's been about 30 seconds. So if you feel anything needs changed, please do so. We have about 30 more seconds here. All right, now go ahead and bring your legs up to center and then drop your feet down. And we're gonna have to readjust our hips. So move your hips back to the center and then extend your feet straight up in front of you and make peace fingers and grab your big toes. And then just try to straighten your legs and we'll stretch that out a little. And then from there, just start to bend your knees in towards you and bring your feet parallel to the ceiling. We'll just take happy baby in between our supine twist just for a moment. And you can always grab your pinky toe side of your foot if you like that better too. Just pull it in a little bit. from there, let's grab our big toes again, stretch it out, and then land your feet down. Bring all your blankets and towels to the other side. Okay. And then lift up your hips, take them a little bit to the left. Bend your knees in towards yourself, and then just let things go towards the right. And make sure you're supporting either your knees, feet, or both. And then arms go out at shoulder height, and then look to your left. It's been about 30 seconds, so if anything needs adjusted, if legs need to go higher or lower. We have about 30 more seconds. All right. Let's go ahead and bring your legs back to center, and then drop your feet down. Bring your hips back to the middle, and then extend your legs up. And then reach for your big toes. Again, we can stretch out a little bit. And then grab the pinky toe side of your feet. We'll take another happy baby. The other thing about Yin Yoga is, like I said, we don't rely so much on the breath. We don't really have to think about it. We can kind of just breathe normally during our Yin practice. All right, from here, we're going to set up for Savasana. So sometimes it's nice to put a blanket under your knees if that feels good, or to even cover up with a blanket if you get a little cold. So just adjust everything so it's comfortable. You might have to scoot around a little bit. And then I always like to press my head in the mat and lower my shoulders down. And then just let everything get floppy. So your toes kind of point out, your arms, palms are up. I won't do the 30, 90-second count on this. We'll just have our roughly 2-minute Shavasana. And really, I just like to imagine the mat is kind of just holding me like a hammock would hold you. So your body's just heavy, and let it just support you. All right, if you want to take a deep breath, exhale it out, and then just start to rub your thumb along the tips of your fingers, back and forth. You can point your toes, stretch, press through your heels. Roll your toes toward each other, roll them away. Just bring some movement back. Go ahead when you're ready, bend your knees and give yourself a hug. And you can roll a little bit side to side here, just massaging our back. When you're ready, just take it all the way to the side and slowly press yourself up. And go ahead and meet back up where we started on our rolled up blanket or towel on our mat. Oh, I hope you enjoyed. If this was your first yin practice, I hope you enjoyed it. It was an honor to practice with you. Hope you're feeling amazing. May you be okay. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you continue to be awesome and may you progress. Namaste. Okay, everyone. Again, thank you so much. Let me know what you think. If you have any thoughts or questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And then if you're looking for anything else, let me know that too. Okay. All right, everybody take care. See you later. Bye.